Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 2nd of July. So before we get on and look at the markets themselves, let's have a quick look at news that's coming out today. Well, firstly, I say the main one, it affects the market, so it's the main one. The ADP non-farm payrolls there are at 115. Remember, we got non-farms a day early today because we got Independence Day on Friday in the US. So so the key thing there, 115. We've got Lagarde signing off for the central bankers ECB forum, central banking in Sintra. That's at 3:15, and then it's all down the pub. Oh, sorry. Anyway, moving on. Let's not tell the truth. They've been down there all week. Right. So let's just look at these markets where we are at the moment. So the euro dollar has run into some pretty key resistance. It's R3 area here, yearly R3 area. So it'll be interesting to see if we get a bigger reaction to that. It seemed to react to it pretty quickly yesterday, but it is holding near those highs. We're on some markets, we're structurally changing a little, and it's quite subtle. We're seeing a break of trend and lower highs or higher lows. So we're seeing a sort of a change to the markets. Here we've got we're coming down towards a lower high potentially on this market, and that will be a trend change as well. So you just got to watch these a little bit carefully. But I don't have an immediate trade on these. I'd still like to see the euro continue to the upside, but say it's run into some pivotal resistance if nothing else. The pound, the pound still got scope on the upper side here. It's been moving quite nicely since it bounced off my pivotal level. However, it's got a monthly pivot, new monthly pivot sitting below, which could be a draw. It's a bit of a funny old bit of price action. Yesterday it managed to go in and continue to the upside, never got anywhere near its weekly R1 of course yet, but well, things could still change. We are seeing a sell-off, or we've seen strength coming through on the US dollar, whichever way you want to look at it, right away across the market at the moment as I'm recording this. So that's why I said there's some changes afoot, or looking like they're afoot at the moment, but of which of course can change quite quickly. But at this stage, well, the pound's not the prettiest here. It's still ranging there, not pretty for trades at the moment, but structurally could change as well. Talking of structural changes, then the US dollar yen, it's been coming down quite nicely. Over the last few days, they're drifting its way down, lower highs coming through, lower lows, but in the short term here it's just given us a bit of a trend change and a higher low, so a bit of structural change there for a part time anyway. We'll see how it goes. We might just see the length or range of this movement here popped on the bottom there upwards. It may just be like an ABC, a bigger correction in something that could continue to the downside. I'm just looking, it might even slow down even sooner, but I'm going to have to sit on my hands quite a bit this morning, as ever it seems. They'll be numb at this rate. Australian dollar not really going anywhere here. It's been quite messy. You can see a head and shoulders, I'm sure, a breakdown of these levels. Well, this would give us a more significant lower high. It's quite ugly what it's doing here, but looking very iffy. The US dollar CAD had been coming off quite nicely into yesterday, but we saw a lot of these markets give back some. Lower highs, lower lows. I think the resilience of the Fed members there overall, and the numbers etc., whilst there's an expected cut in the dollar, it's probably that's it. It will happen, but it's priced in anyway. US dollar CAD. It move back above these highs, give us high low, and changes the structure more clearly there. Anyway, prefer the bigger trend, but so it means I would need to wait for something a bit clearer to set up. New Zealand dollar. This is quite a nice looking chart I'm seeing on here. In terms of it's been going quite strongly to the upside. Seen a little pullback here, but once again we've got this sort of head and shouldery pattern, which has really triggered the part. I guess the real neckline is a little bit lower, which is triggered anyway, but it is starting to give the potential of lower highs here, and again a softening market. US dollar Swissy's been flying along against particularly the dollar. Okay, it's again got scope for a break of the highs there, to give us higher low and changed the near-term trend a little bit here. However, just be wary, it could within an hour be looking completely different. Okay, euro yen, not interested in a lot of these pairs. There's again there was scope to continue to the upside, but nothing particularly of interest there at this stage. Euro CAD. With the Euro CAD, we'll see what happens here. This is probably, if you look at the bigger picture, nice trend to the upside here. It's been going quite nicely. We're having a retrace at the moment. Key thing is around this pivot. I can't remember which currency pair I was looking at yesterday for the same sort of trade. If they just keep on going through, I'll just leave them alone. Not interested, but we'll see if this can hold on to the pivot, give us a reversal bar, perhaps in the next hour, and see if we can get a continuation. It might go through a little bit, but I was looking at that, so that's on my short list there, my very short list, and the pound CAD. Why was I? Oh, this is still a bigger picture game. If it starts breaking back down below the lows here, I was sort of interested, but that's not really doing too much either. Right, then the majors and some of the crosses. I need to go through a few more yet, but there's not a great deal there on the currency front. Gold made a bit of a recovery over the last couple of days, and sort of when you look in the bigger scheme, it's a bit of a minor one, and it's just coming off a little bit now. But you see the sort of bull flag here on this 4-hourly picture, even here. Now it's a question of whether really just looking so simply as if it can break back above these highs or this trend, there is the potential for upside. Oil, it's continued to, I was looking at this a short while ago, it's continued to range in a very tight range and looking quite ugly, and staying clear of that personally. S&P's up slightly, it's just looking, they're just again making new highs, and they're quite resilient to anything at the moment. The FTSE looked a tad weaker at one stage, but it's again also, well, it's not at its all-time highs quite yet, but it's moving back up that way by the looks of things, and not an immediate trade on any of these so far. DAX is the weak link in a sense. We'll see what a weaker link a little bit at the moment. It's got the lower highs coming through here. This is really what I'm looking at on a 4-hourly basis. Maybe if it starts breaking below that 50, I'd be more 50 moving average. I'd be more on the bearish side of things. Just in the price action it's doing here, these bear flags. Again, a more aggressive trader might be. Whoops, that's not what I want to be doing. More aggressive trader may be sort of looking across the lows here for a breakdown. Right, that's it for me. I wish you a good day's trading. There are a few things there to watch out for, and just be wary. We could see, as it often happens at this time of the morning or in the next hour, a complete change, in which case some of those bigger trends that we're seeing, like the euro dollar, etc., might come back into play. I'll leave you there. Have a good day's trading. Take care. Bye for now.